Hello students, welcome to biology class. I am your biology teacher Meenakshi. In the last video, we discussed the structure of a neuron. A neuron has three parts: dendrites, cyton, and axon. The dendrites bring the nerve impulses into the neuron, and the axon takes the nerve impulses away from cyton. We also discussed that neurons are of three types: sensory neurons, motor neurons, and association neurons, also called relay neurons. Sensory neurons carry information from body parts to brain. Motor neurons carry nerve impulses from brain to body parts, and relay neurons make a connection between sensory neurons and motor neurons. In today's video, we shall discuss the different types of nervous system in humans. Students, division of nervous system in humans. Human beings have two types of nervous system: the central nervous system called the CNS and the peripheral nervous system known as PNS. The central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system consists of sensory nerves and motor nerves. As we know, motor nerves bring the messages from brain towards the body parts. So, motor nerves are of two types: somatic nervous system that bring the messages from brain to the parts of the body whose movement is under our will, our body parts. And the autonomic nervous system bring the messages from brain to visceral organs. Visceral organs means internal organs. So autonomic nervous system is also called ANS. Autonomic nervous system is of two types: sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, they work antagonistic to each other. It means their function is opposite. If one system initiates a particular function in the internal organ, the second system would put a stop to it. So this is the broad division of nervous system in humans. Again, it is of two types: central nervous system consisting of brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system consisting of sensory nerves and motor nerves. Today, let us discuss central nervous system in detail. Student, the first organ of the central nervous system is the human brain. It is highly developed organ in humans, and it weighs about 1200 to 1400 gram in an adult. Since it is a very delicate organ, so it has various protections. Number one, it is situated in the bony cage that is called the skull. Skull is called cranium in biological language. Number two, brain is covered on the outside by three membranes. These three membranes are collectively called meninges. The space that is present in between the three layers, that is meninges, and the cavities of the brain, they are filled with a special type of fluid that is called the cerebrospinal fluid. Now this fluid acts as a shock absorber. It protects the brain from shock. The human brain has three regions: forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Forebrain is the front part of the brain, midbrain is the middle portion of the brain, and the hindbrain is the backmost portion of the brain that continues with the spinal cord. Forebrain has three parts: olfactory lobes, cerebrum, and diencephalon. Midbrain has optic lobes, and hindbrain has three parts: pons, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Now let us discuss these parts, their structure and functions one by one. Number one, The forebrain. The forebrain is the largest part of the brain and it is the main thinking part of the brain. Forebrain controls all our voluntary actions and specifically cerebrum part of the forebrain. It receives sensory impulses from various receptors. It means the forebrain receives messages from body parts. It has three parts. Number one, olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes are a pair of very small club shaped bodies, and their function is they act as the center of smell. They help us to recognize various types of smell. The second part is cerebrum. It is a dome shape and the largest, highly developed, and the most prominent part of the brain. It is divided into two parts. These two parts are called the cerebral hemisphere. The one on the right side is called the right cerebral hemisphere, and the one on the left is called the left cerebral hemisphere. Now, cerebral has three areas: sensory areas, association areas, and motor areas. Sensory areas receive the sensory impulses from receptors like skin, eyes, muscles, nose, ears, etc. Association areas, they interpret the information that has come and they relate it with the previous experience in the form of memory that is already present in the brain. And the motor areas then send the nerve impulses to muscles and glands for the action to take place. The functions of the cerebrum: it governs the mental abilities like thinking, reasoning, learning, memorizing, and intelligence. It also controls our will, our voluntary actions, emotions, and speech. The third part of the forebrain is diencephalon. It consists of pineal gland, pituitary gland, thalamus, and hypothalamus. And its function are it possesses the control units for hunger, body temperature, thirst, sleep, etc. The second part of the brain is the midbrain. It is a thick walled structure and constitutes a comparatively smaller portion of the brain. Now, the main function of the midbrain is it connects the forebrain with the hindbrain, and it has the following functions. Number one, it has four optic lobes that are concerned with vision. Number two, it controls the movement of head, neck, and trunk. Whenever we hear some sound and suddenly we move, so it controls the movement of three body parts: head, neck, and trunk. The third part of the brain is the hindbrain. It provides a connection between the spinal cord and the rest of the brain, because where the hindbrain ends, the spinal cord starts. So it is a link between the remaining portion of the brain and the spinal cord. It has three parts. Number one, cerebrum. It is situated on the dorsal region of the hindbrain. Dorsal region is the region of the body that faces the sun. And it has the following functions. Number one, it makes our body movements very smooth, steady, and coordinated. Very important function of cerebellum is it maintains equilibrium and body posture during the activities like when we walk, when we ride, when we catch something, when we drink, etc. The second part of hindbrain is pons. It lies above the medulla and it connects forebrain to the spinal cord. Pons helps in respiration. The third part of the hindbrain is medulla oblongata. It is the lowermost part of the brain and extend into the spinal cord. Where the medulla oblongata ends, from there spinal cord starts. And medulla oblongata controls all the involuntary actions of our body like heartbeat, swallowing, peristalsis, breathing, etc. And it has the following functions. It contains reflex centers, such as sneezing, coughing, vomiting, salivation, and many more. The second part of the central nervous system is spinal cord. Its structure is, it is a cylindrical cord-like structure that starts from the medulla oblongata and passes through the vertebral column. Vertebral column is a bony cage that is commonly called the backbone. Again, since spinal cord is a very important and delicate structure in the body, it has the following protections. Number one, it is also protected by 3 layers called the meninges. The space between the meninges again is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid. This cord is protected by a bony cage that is called the backbone, and it has a cushion of adipose tissues around it. The spinal cord has the following functions. Number one, it is the center for reflex action. The reflex actions in the body are controlled by the spinal cord. It conducts impulses from and towards the brain. It means it is a part that carry nerve impulses from body parts to brain and from brain to body part. These nerve impulses move through spinal cord and it mediates most of the involuntary actions. Students, the assignments related to the topic that we have discussed today are available on the school website. You are required to answer those questions in your biology notebook, and in the next video we shall discuss reflex action and the peripheral nervous system. Thank you very much.